So lean production concepts told us completely the other way around. And lean production people say, only as much digitization as necessary and not as much as possible. A warm welcome, dear friends, from the Slovenian Logistics Conference, and a big compliment to Igor and his team that they are organizing such an important event. I'm very sorry that I can't be with you in person, but I hope it will be next year, I'm sure. But so now they asked me I should talk a bit about networks, how we see it in Germany, about the resiliency of supply chains, and about the influence of artificial intelligence. Well, we can start. You know, same like in your country, in Germany, we have current challenges requiring change and flexibility concerning the resilience of value chains. Decarbonization is a big buzzword, and circular economy. Depending to the last situation, we had a new sentence which is named availability is the new gold, whatever the cost. So lean production concepts told us completely the other way around. And lean production people say, only as much digitization as necessary and not as much as possible. But that's a new trend now. Data management, transparency, agile reactions, data insights, big data insights, artificial intelligence. You see that all in the word cloud I've put here on the screen. We had the situation in Germany that we came back to a more normal situation. But when this came into view, there were new challenges. We should reduce our dependencies, especially from China, because of geopolitical upheavals. Sourcing strategies should be changed. Reglobalization is taking place. Reglobalization, not deglobalization. There's a big difference. Supply allocations outside of China in the large Southeast Asian region are becoming more and more attractive. Or should we perhaps go to India at once? Whatever the case, it's always time to learn again, vice versa, from each other. When we take a look at Germany, logistics and supply chain management is the third important area of the whole German economy. With a volume, you see it here in the figures, of 319 billion euros a year. More than 3 million people, 3.3 million people are working in the logistics sector. The top three sectors are fast-moving consumer goods, automotive, metal industry. You can read it faster than I can speak it. About the half of logistics activities is outsourced. The other one is done within the industry and the retail area. If we take a look at the history, you see that we had a record revenue in the year 2022. But this is with a third caused by higher prices and by increasing cost. So it's not a real sufficient record. The German IFO Institute and BWL are organizing a monthly survey with 4,000 companies, asking them how is your actual business situation and which are your expectations for the next 6 months. If you look at the chart, you see three low points. The first one about 2010 was Lehman crisis, 2020 plus was COVID crisis, and in the last month you see that there is a kind of irritation. It is not clear how the economy will develop. But if you take a look at the real business situation, you see that 100 is the normal line, normal level, and we are not far away with our actual business situation. But our expectations have been very, very low. And this is getting better now. I don't know how long it will take. If you see the current situation, there are many, many disrupted value chains. The zero COVID policy of China caused an isolation of China and caused a disruption of the value chains. We are short of semiconductors. We had broken chains. We had containers at the wrong location. There was an energy crisis additionally. There's a price inflation arising. This was all intensified through the Russian-Ukrainian war. So the current crisis and increasing nationalistic policies in certain countries are partially turning back the globalization, but only partially. All about, we have the climate crisis, and we are in a complete crisis modus. We have to come back to normality. But the consequences of these catastrophes are a kind of reversed globalization. There's a need for transformation. We need to relocate our production sources from China. We need to do alternative sourcing. We need alternative energy supply. And if you have to transport energy on other ways, longer ways, and if you have to rebuild your supply chains, then you should take a look whether there's a demand for decarbonization, and this again leads to a boom of technologies and technology development. So it's not only the technology of production, it is also the digitalization which gets a ramp up and leads to more autonomization in the plants. You see, if we look at the Gartner maturity model, that we started with all our systems at a more descriptive area, and then we react. Then we try to do more diagnostic things and more predictive issues. And in the future, there will be not only predictive, there will be preventive decisions and preventive production control in all our economic areas. Digitalization will become the crucial efficiency driver. Predictive production planning, asset optimization, energy management, product quality, all those predictive analysis will increase the product quality, the energy usage, the planning accuracy, and the product efficiency itself. But be careful. Without excellently organized processes, artificial intelligence can only achieve suboptimal effects. You see here at the chart companies who knows that. They have reached the Manufacturing Excellence Awards in the last years, or at least they won some categories because they are well organized in their own production, in their own supply chain management, and how they do things together with their staff, with the people, because the people are very, very important for the effectiveness and the success of companies. There are many, many examples. I brought only two with me. If you take the Continental plant in Ingolstadt, they realized a new concept which is called touchless material flow. Internal supply chain becomes smart. They focused at their production and they asked themselves, how can people at the production line do their work very best without any interruption caused by logistics? And they brought different systems together: a fleet management, a dock and yard management, a geolocation, a geofencing, visualizing the packaging zone, pick by vision, and a new intelligent EDP system. All those working together, I've seen it myself, nearby automatically, but collaborative together with the persons working in the production and in the logistics area. A big, big internal collaboration. Very interesting to see. Next one. If you look at the gear area, then you know that if you're producing gears, you are very, very narrow to the original equipment manufacturer in the car production. So you are connected directly. What the customer needs has to be delivered. But if you don't have the parts, you can't deliver. How can you change it? Make up your mind. Don't look at the traditional forecasting way. Ask yourself, which parts do I have available? Which demand comes from the original equipment manufacturer? And how can I bring this together? What can I produce when I have availability of my parts? And this can be done perfectly with artificial intelligence. And ZF Saarbrücken did this in the assembly planning. The frozen period is only determined by physics. Which parts are available, which parts are there, which parts can be used. Very interesting and very new concept. So you see, people make the difference. And I'm happy to bring all the best regards, for example here, from the BVL Advisory Board to you, to your conference, and to your personal work. Let's learn vice versa. Let's work together mutually, beyond all the borders, and we will succeed in both areas. If I should conclude my few words, I can say people, human beings want meaningful work, and companies need connected and collaborative work. So we must find a way for redefining what partnership really means. Availability is still the new currency, sometimes whatever the cost. But we live in a multipolar world. We are connected even in the world, but we have national egoism which make this kind of cooperation nearby impossible. If you take a look at the human beings, emotional issues are perceived again. People want to have a relationship to the company, to the market, in the customer journey. So please, focusing your traditional business is very, very important. So please look at the digitization, robotics and artificial intelligence. Give them a chance. It's worth it. And now, please go derive some strategies, learn mutually, and have very, very good days at your conference. Thank you so much.